If you guys can just state your names and tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
I am Doug Walker. I'm playing a character called Nostalgic, a writer, director, editor, do all sorts of various characters and silly shit like that.
I'm Rob.
I'm Rob Walker, co-writer, do a lot of bit work and acting, basically a lot of Photoshop work with site, and yeah, and film, cinematography. So.
I do that too.
I'm Tamara, I don't do that. I am an actress, I'm a song critic, and I have 2 shows, Tamara's Never Seen and Tamara Just Saw.
And you also edit.
And I edit.
I'm Barney, and I'm responsible for 3/4 of the people up here.
Don't be afraid to grab the mic and pull it towards you if you need to.
He's very sorry.
I can be loud if I have to.
All right. The floor is open for questions. Any questions right now?
This will be easy. There you go. Right
Yeah, hi guys. Good to
Good
see
question.
you. Future reviews.
I'm sorry, please state your name and the outlet that you
And
represent.
what does your
Sorry.
daddy do?
Joe Cirillo, GameAccess.net. Okay, future reviews. Do you have any? Can you tease us with the possibility of future movies that you may be reviewing in the future?
What are we doing? We're doing Mission Impossible 2 to tie in with Mission Impossible. The next one
It
is
probably means at some point we'll also do Mission Impossible 3, because that movie's also garbage.
honestly the first 3 we can do pretty easily. I like the first one even though it's not that good.
Fallen Kingdom?
Yeah, Fallen Kingdom when that comes out. Definitely doing that. The next one is Bartok the Magnificent. Because I actually kind of like that movie, but it's easy to make fun of. But nobody talks about it. I'm like, this is good. So,
Never heard of that movie.
okay, you know The Bat from Anastasia?
Yeah.
You got
It's
his
his
own
movie.
movie.
Yeah. It's directed by Don Bluth. It's actually kind of good.
I see you're impressed.
Yeah, it's actually a very cute, sweet movie, and I more people should know about it. Like you should know about it. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of other one. Outside of that, yeah, it's just kind of at some point we'll do the commercial special. We do those in November. We'll have like the Nostalgia Ween episode, which will have another Stephen King one. I really want to do a top 11 good Stephen King movies because I picked on him way too much. And there are some really good movies that have come from his stories. So
Some of them recently.
yeah, actually, especially recently, they've been pretty good. So probably those will be coming up.
Anything you would like us to see?
I haven't seen anything, so no. I think I need to do Mission Impossible Tamara's Never Seen because I've never seen any of them.
Yes. I'd be very interested to see. I say that every time she's like, I'm gonna see this movie. I'm always like, I'll be very interested to see. That's always what I say. So sorry.
Next question.
Yep.
Charles from Inspire the Muse. I was curious, what was 1 or 2 of the most complicated stories that you've worked on and put into production?
In terms of like the reviews.
Just in overall, like in production behind.
Yes,
the
just in
scenes,
terms of
complications.
probably the toughest one coming to mind in terms of reviews, probably Mad Max. That was also like the most rewarding because we all love those movies and we love that world, and especially Rob, Jim, and my dad just worked endlessly on making these cars and the insides and these costumes and stuff. And but like I said, we all. When you really love something, you'll let it hurt you. You'll sort of stay up the extra hours and go super long editing and stuff like that because we just love those movies. And that's probably my favorite review.
Fandom, we worked a lot on.
Yeah,
Phantom of the Opera,
singing
yeah.
for that. On the production side, the Star Wars ones are always.
Yeah.
So we got the sets, we got all the costumes and stuff, and then there's a lot in editing.
Yeah, Phantom, I think I showed up, at 4 a.m. just to kind of shoot my stuff, and I think we left at like 2 a.m. or something like that. So it was a ridiculous amount of time.
Amazingly, as strange as it sounds, the Chipmunks review with that dance number.
Oh, that's
we were
right.
there all day.
Yeah, that
And
was.
Jim had to build this like rotating
Like a
bottom of
lazy
a balloon
For one shot.
for one
Yeah,
shot.
and these
that
green
took all
stairs.
like 10 seconds.
And then that one I knew I wanted to do for a while because I love that musical number. So I actually spent, I think, several months, like even going to conventions on the plane, just drawing these backgrounds. So every background, and because we wanted a shot-for-shot creation, but we can't go to Rome, so I had to just do these drawings exactly like what they had in the original. There's a lot of side-by-side comparisons, and it turned out really, really nice. So yeah.
Next question. Great, I have one.
Cool.
So I guess starting from the beginning.
Wait, state
not
who
everyone-
you are and your-
sorry. Hey, I'm Rob Jewell. I'm assistant press manager. How's it going?
Guy, Rob.
What
Good
are the
question.
Great day.
I think a lot of people, just to set it up, I think a lot of people don't really see where you guys came from to where you guys are now. Some people just think you do what you do. What I would like to know is what are some of the most difficult challenges you guys have faced going forward? Like just what you dealt with from your past to now to where your goals, I guess, achieving them. What are some of the hurdles that get in the way?
I mean, there's a lot in terms of like the ones that come to mind currently, because they do change. The two that come to mind, one is how do you direct someone? Because my usual way of directing that you're not supposed to do is they call parroting, where you say, no, don't say it like that, say it like this, and you do that. And sometimes with comedy, there's a little bit of leeway, because again, it's kind of like music, you want to hit those certain notes to get a laugh. But then other times, like, it doesn't always work, sometimes it shouldn't work. So someone gave me, actually a guy here, Troy Baker, he gave me some advice. He said, you don't have to say it like this. You can, like, let's say the line is, these pretzels are making me thirsty. You don't have to say, these pretzels are making me thirsty. You can say it like this. You can give the inflection, and then they can pick up how it's supposed to be delivered. So I think from a directing standpoint, like, that's really helped. Yeah, and then the other is just how big of a production do you want? How small of a production do you want? Because there are some videos where it's like with the Marvel movies, you have a really big production, but then they'll do like a really silly, dumb joke that won't get a laugh if it's like just on a little video camera, but when it's like this huge multi-million-dollar thing, it'll get a laugh. So I think figuring out whether you want to be a big joke or a small joke,
Well, it started, the Nostalgia Critic started in Doug's bedroom at my house, and as it got bigger and bigger, and he and Rob moved out to another house, and they could use the whole house as a set. The big deal is when we got the studio, because with the studio, now we've got one of the larger green screen rooms.
and we have a place for all the costumes.
Yeah,
In
we
the
got
western
all
suburbs of Chicago.
right. We've got all the costumes. We have various set pieces that we can bring out whenever we're going to do a spaceship deal. We have corridors and cockpits and stuff like that Jim and I have worked on. So the studio made a big leap for us.
I also think navigating YouTube as a platform is
Yeah.
a really big hurdle, and ultimately like a good thing, but like, everyone growing up in traditional media, and then like, especially for you guys with like copyright stuff, and like kind of jumping around that is difficult.
Yeah.
The hurdle keeps getting higher.
We don't have all day, otherwise we would talk about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's something because originally when we started off on YouTube, but we kept getting, because the rules were different, as is always changing on YouTube, and we kept getting kicked off. So we had
This
our
was
own.
9 years ago.
Yeah, so we had our own site for a while. We were one of the few video creators that lasted without YouTube for like several years. But then again, I mean, as YouTube was changing, it kind of, let's try this again, and we've been able to stay on for a long time, and it's like things are. It's like they're better and they're worse. It's very strange. I argue they're a little better, but it keeps changing. That's what's so weird about it. Yeah, like they keep changing the rules and they don't tell you what the changes are. So it's like, well, how can we adapt?
Any other questions? I was going to make another one. All right, go ahead.
Joe again, GameAccess.net. This one question specifically for Tamara. Did I pronounce it right? Tamara?
Very close.
Tamara.
Like Tamara.
Sorry, Tamara.
No,
I'm a fan. I think you did great in the reviews, specifically when you do the roles and stuff like that. So my question is specifically, what was the hardest role when you had to do a role in one of the reviews, like Wonder Woman, or
okay.
what was the hardest, like either hardest costume or hardest role? Like, what was the hardest?
I love the more intricate costumes that like Jim makes and that you guys work on. And so this one is kind of surprising, but I think we all were struggling that day. The day that we shot Princess Diaries 2.
Oh yeah.
It was very, very hot out, like crazy hot. We couldn't turn like the air on because camera and mics. And so I was just hyper fangirl, but she's got like a sweater and a scarf and this really itchy wig. Because it's a gross wig. It's a very like matted down and perfect for her.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks better and better the grosser it gets.
Yeah.
The downside is it's really gross.
It's really
We were
gross.
shooting at someone else's house because they had the river nearby. And
Yeah.
what was it, topping out at 90 that day?
It was
With the
super
humidity? Yeah.
And so I was just sweating. At the end of the day, I took the wig off and I was just like drenched. It
With the wig.
so gross, really gross. All the guys were like, oh, okay. You want to take a shower? But weirdly enough, that one, and it was still just such a lovely day, but that's the one that comes to mind when I think of difficult shoots. Like whenever we're shooting in the studio and you guys are like, oh, do you need air or something? I'm like, no.
I think the most complicated to make though was the Furiosa one.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
Jim made that whole arm.
Arm,
so
yeah.
amazing.
so cool.
And we kept on repairing it between the shots. too.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Charles from Inspire the Muse again. If you could get a cameo from any currently living actor or actress to join in one of your productions, who would it be?
Meryl Streep.
Singing.
She might do
Pierce
it.
Brosnan singing.
Yeah.
I don't. It's tough because I like the random ones. Like I never thought I'd run into Dante Bosco and we get along and we just do this big ass video together. I mean, it's like or Don Bluth or any of these people. The only one that's coming to mind that might be cool. I haven't asked him or anything, but like that might be cool. Maybe Sergeant Slaughter. Like, cause that's like growing up. He had a booth next to me at one of these conventions. I had no idea I wanted to meet this guy until I saw that booth. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, I don't fanboy out for many people. For some reason, that got me, because that's like just my first connection to like G.I. Joe and toys and stuff was him advertising those toys. So.
I'd go with Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that was cool.
That was a huge influence on us.
Anyone from Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, Chris Pratt.
I love them all so much. Amy Poehler.
Hey, when you remember what?
No, all the people I know are dead.
Any other question? Last question, we have to wrap it up.
Nia from Red Slippers _ on Instagram. So when you were younger, did you think that you'd be doing this when you were older, based on like how technology has advanced, or just in general?
Now you know what?
That was the dream, and that sort of like wouldn't
Yeah,
that be
it's-
nice? But
No, he really nailed it. It's the dream. It's the hope. You don't
that
think it's
sick,
gonna
sad
happen.
fantasy in your head, you know.
You have to really face reality that's probably not gonna happen. We went in knowing that. We said, okay, even if this goes nowhere, like, you know, we love doing this. So
Literally
let's
was
just
for
try
shits
it.
and giggles.
Yeah,
Like,
you know, like I'll keep doing this even if I don't make a penny off it. Of course, it'll be like once a month I'll do it or something like that because you know you need to make a living. But yeah, so it's. And even like the fight with James Rawl, for me with Dante Bosco, it's always in the back of your head, it's like, wouldn't it be cool, but you don't think it's gonna happen. But so when it does, you're just all the more thankful and you're all the more blown away. So yeah, definitely.
I think that moment for at least me, I don't know for you, but when we did the Pinky and the Brain bit, with
Which was
Rob-
here.
Yeah.
which was here at Connecticon like 4 years ago, 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
something like that. We had people in the brain swearing, and we just had them in our room and they
But
just swore at each other.
Rob Paulson, Maurice LaMarche, and they were like my idols as a kid because I watched all of the cartoon shows they were on, and like I'm just on the other side of the camera, and I just had one of those like flashes of like, I can't believe what I'm doing right now. I never thought this would happen.
I still remember after they did it in one take, and we just looked at it, we said, good, and Rob just went, yeah. Like he couldn't believe we just got that.
I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys so much. Where can they find you later on today?
Oh, we have a panel called Movies Everyone Disagrees With You on, I think in this room, and then at our booth in wherever they have
OMB 1, 2, and 3. Go in and turn left to the far wall. We are right next to the gender-free bathroom.
Woo!
Thank you so much.
You're in the bathroom, so a lot of people